The following is a pre-recorded show. Welcome to Winning in Retirement with your host, Brian Akers, certified financial planner professional and founder of Akers Financial Group. Now, helping you win in your retirement, here's Brian Akers.
Welcome to Winning in Retirement. I'm Brian Akers, president and founder of Akers Financial Group. We welcome you to our show. Here with me today is Jeff Akers, vice president, certified financial planner practitioner, financial advisor from Akers Financial Group. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Brian. You could keep going talking about me. That was really nice.
All right. Master's degree in marriage and family counseling. He's married to my cousin-in-law.
Yeah, cousin-in-law. She's also known as Lynn from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, and then you have two sons. You didn't name them after me, but their last names are Akers, so that's close enough.
Yeah. Well, now you've said too much about me, so now I got to say, well, Brian's married. He's got a son and a daughter. They're both married.
Very true.
It's really good. In fact, sometimes you hear his son on the show.
Absolutely. Now, today's show is Jeff Akers and Brian Akers, and we put together a show called Building Your Financial Plan. For all those that don't know, Jeff is my cousin, and Jeff works for me now, but Jeff used to work with me at another career during high school.
Indeed.
My first job was construction. And when you work construction, carpentry especially, custom home building, if you're a low person in, you get in the basement and you dig. Yeah. And you dig and level. That's my first job. I loved the job so much. As soon as my cousin got old enough, I made sure that they hired my cousin Jeff, who came in and got that job. And I moved up.
I got to do the stuff Brian didn't like so he could do something he did like.
Which was more carpentry, and I loved that for a year or so. Actually, 3 years. And then I became financial planning back in 1987.
Sometimes it's good to have a job to understand I don't want to do this the rest of my life.
Yeah, but the idea of building and construction, we drive by houses that we were part of back 40-some years ago, and we still remember.
And they're still there.
Because most basements, we spent 2 months in the basement digging in and out. A long story there. We can't do the whole story today. We're talking about financial planning, and we're thankful that you're listening to our talk show about building your financial plan. This is going to be about you and why it's so important to actually do the work to build it.
Right.
Now, Jeff, do you love doing the work?
I do. I actually love planning stuff.
So if they don't love planning, the people listening don't love planning, you love it, so you'll walk them through, take care of it for them?
Of course. Come, talk to me, tell me what you want.
Right.
And then I'll start working on a way to get there, and you can tell me, well, I like that, I don't like that, and we adjust the plan till we get where you want to go.
How about the first big question?
The first big question?
Is planning fun?
Oh, is planning fun? So I like driving. And I love getting out the map and figuring out there's where I want to go, here's where I am, and look at all the different ways to get there and what are the different things I can do as I get there. So, yes, I love it.
How old are you, Jeff? You get out the map? Is it in the trunk, paper?
Okay, so when you use just like Google Maps or GPS, it just tells you, here's how to go, here's the fastest way. Yeah. I don't care about the fastest way.
You want to see everything.
I want to get to see stuff along the way.
There has to be an AI search you can do about scenic route. I know you drive 100 miles out of the way to get rolls thrown at you.
Yes, I do.
There's all kinds of things in your life that's pretty funny, and what you'll do for that experience. Right?
That's right.
But you love the experience. But the experience with a new client, they come in and they, hi, Jeff, how you doing? I'm great. I'm Jeffrey with a E-R-Y or R-E-Y?
E-R-Y.
E-R-Y. Make sure you know that. And then you sit down in there and then you're talking with them. How do you get them to start talking to you about their goals, their life, or even why are they there? How do you do that?
Right. So sometimes I'll just ask the question, why are you here? What is it that you want?
Is it in a nice way or in a tough way?
I'm nice.
Pretend we're talking. How do we say that?
I'd say, so Brian, what brings you in today?
All right. Well, Jeff, I'm thankful to be here. And my wife and I, we really want to begin financial planning. We know it's a good thing. We want to make sure we are going to be able to retire someday.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is ask you a whole bunch of questions just to gather information about you. And then we'll start working on figuring out where you want to go and how to get there.
All right, I'm going to stop role-playing.
Okay, we're done.
Role-playing is a little weird because I would say, I ain't telling you nothing. Not everyone says that, but sometimes the clients, they walk in. Some come in happy and they're ready to tell you a lot of information. Mm-hmm. Some will want to find out who you are first.
Right.
Sometimes they start with the questions. They might have a list of questions that they printed from somewhere about interviewing a financial planner.
Yep.
Whatever those first questions are, that's where we start.
Right. Sometimes they've got questions for me, and so I'll answer those. And then sometimes they're like, I just want to know what's next. And so I'll start into my questions.
Yeah, I love saying, it probably was from a TV show, how can we help? And then I tell a little story. I say, everybody comes in the door and they have a question, the question they got to get answered. What is your question? And then that usually one of the two, if there's a couple, will speak up right away and say, we got to know this. And I said, well, that's great. We'll need to know this kind of information to decide what to do.
Right.
Now, the reason we love to ask questions to find out your goals, your objectives, what you're doing is because we believe in planning first.
Right.
What does that mean to you, Jeff, planning first?
Well, back to driving. If I don't know on the map where I want to go, I'm not going to get there.
So you have paper maps.
I do have paper maps.
Where do you find updated paper maps?
You can still get them at the welcome centers when you drive into a new state.
Oh, so you fold them out.
Oh, yeah.
While you're driving?
Not while I'm driving, but ahead of time. I know where I'm going before I leave.
Of course, you're a planner.
Right. That's kind of the financial plan. You want to know where you're going. Now, you might have in mind there's a couple of things I'd like to do besides just retire. I'd like to visit certain places or do certain things.
Your drive's not based on where Buc-ee's is on the way. It's not based on...
Well, Buc-ee's is kind of a draw.
Yeah, okay. All right, so today's show is called Building Your Financial Plan. What we're talking about is how do we build a financial plan? Think about this. You're going to walk into an office with a financial advisor, probably just met, and then they're going to ask you some questions that you've never told anybody the answers in your life, right?
Yeah. Well... You might have told some people, but you don't expect to tell someone new,
Especially everything.
Right.
I mean, if you're at a party, you tell them the good things.
Right.
Yeah, I got a great job. I'm pulling in like 6 figures.
I got a 10% raise.
Or that stock I bought went up 200% in 3 days, that kind of thing. You don't talk about the losers. You don't talk about that last job I got fired from, but I'm on to the next one. But generally in financial planning, what happens is the best clients are the ones that truly talk about themselves. And what we want to do is listen.
Right. And the person who says, I had this great stock that went way up, I say, great, let me see the statement. And sometimes that's hard for folks, but most of the time they're like, okay, fine, I'm here to get help.
Well, there's engineers. They bring no papers, but they have
spreadsheets.
But it's folded up in their pocket.
Yes.
And it's folded up. It's everything in their life on one piece of paper, one side.
Yes.
It's probably so small you need a microscope to see it. But an engineer, they have it in their pocket. We know that when you come in.
Right.
We know later on you'll bring it out. So we write down whatever you tell us.
Right.
And in the first meeting, it goes at your pace. You talk about it. We talk back. We understand what's going on. We're trying to understand who you are, what you're trying to accomplish, what your goals are, what the big questions, what you think is affecting your life. And then we try to bring our experience of doing this so many times for helping people go from hello to retirement all the way through. We've done it many, many times. We don't just retire once. We've retired like 5 times last week.
Yeah, one of my favorites is folks come in and they're at retirement and they're like, well, we want to move and we're going to live here. And I'm like, so do you have kids? Yes. Do you have grandkids? Yes. Where do they live? And so there are plenty of folks that have moved away and they're like, oh, I can't be away from my grandkids. And so they move back.
Yeah.
So we know that in advance. So we plant that in your head that, okay, are you aware of this?
Yeah, keep the home base if you have kids around the home base. And
that's right.
You can always have 2 houses for a little while or rent a little while or RV it. We have lots of
we can
experience.
Find solutions. Right. We can find solutions to help you out.
All right. So we at Acres Financial Group have a saying. It's called one client at a time. One client at a time is an approach where we want to sit down and talk about you and your situation. It's not going to be the same answer for everyone.
No.
Each client's different. So one client at a time. What does that mean to you, Jeff?
Yeah, one client at a time means I'm focused on you when we're in that meeting. I'm not thinking about, somebody else needs X, Y, and Z, so that's what you need. I'm thinking about what do you need, the person in front of you.
You don't have one product to sell that person and you just got to squeeze them into it?
No, I got to figure out what their situation is and then find the product that fits. I very seldom have the product in that first meeting.
Yeah, so the idea is building your financial plan is about you. So understanding your goals. Do you have to know all of your goals in the first meeting? No. I believe when you have a husband and wife, you're going to have 2 sets of goals. And sometimes they've never talked to each other about it.
That's right.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And they look at each other. I didn't know that. Right. I'm like, or he goes, oh, we're going to retire at 67. She's like, no, I'm not. And he's like, what? Yeah, I'm retiring at 63. How can we afford that? And then I'm not even in the room anymore, right?
Oh, what, you left?
Well, sometimes you got to leave, especially if you bring up a question that's a little too hard.
Right. Yeah, sometimes folks just need to chat between themselves, and then they're ready to give an answer to us. But
in the first meeting, you're not asking for questions that's going to be, oh, that's concrete. That's the answer.
Right.
Financial planning is we start with things, start with ideas and planning, get to know you, write it all out, and we build. So today's show, as we're talking about building your financial plan, we're going to tell you how we do it and then how we ultimately get to taking the plan and creating a things to do list.
Right.
Acres Financial Group, our goal is long-term client relationships as your advisor.
Yep.
We're considered a fee and or commission, depending on what's best for that client.
Right.
Depending on what they've paid in the past, can we take that over as a broker of record, agent of record, and help you understand what you bought from somebody and how that works with your plan?
Yeah, and sometimes that is the first meeting is, okay, here's what you really have. And they're like, well, that's not what they told me. And so we just have to show them on a statement or whatever what's there.
Right, so you get a lot of that?
Yeah, that happens quite a bit.
Yeah.
But those long-term relationships, I like those. Acres Financial Group's been around for 20 years, and we've got clients that we've had for even longer than that. But we've got a lot of clients that have been with us through a long time.
I have one client from the very beginning, 35 years ago.
Oh, man.
Yeah, from almost the second week of being licensed. That's great.
That's great.
No, it's very cool. So goals change and the plan must change throughout the long-term advisor-client relationship. That's just a standard way of thinking about things. Acres Financial Group, when you hear that name, I want you to think about planning, understanding that Acres is going to do the planning.
Right.
You don't have to do the planning. We get to do it for you, but we got to talk.
Right. And you said sometimes things change. Sometimes you choose, this is when I want to retire. And then sometimes you go into work one day and find out you're retired.
Yes. And what's great about having an advisor beforehand is you're ready for it.
Yep.
Planning does make a lot of sense. Yep. All right. So Acres Financial Group, we're local. We're independent. We don't report to a big company on Wall Street. We report to you. We do have offices in Forest Hill and Lutherville. Our clients all around Maryland, our clients all around the country, and even a few around the world. It's so easy to begin winning in retirement. You just give us a call and schedule your free meeting with one of our team of advisors. Call 833-WIN-RETIRE. That's 833-WINRETIRE. We'll give you a call on Monday to schedule your free in-person meeting. Go to acresfinancialgroup.com or call us at 833-946-7384 to start planning for your retirement now. You are unique. Is your financial plan as unique as you? We'll explain in a moment.
You're listening to a pre-recorded show. Welcome back to Winning in Retirement. Call 833-WIN-RETIRE now to schedule a visit with Brian and his team and begin winning in retirement. Once again, here's Brian Akers.
Welcome back to Winning in Retirement. I'm Brian Akers, president and founder of Acres Financial Group. Here with me today is Jeff Akers. We're both certified financial planner practitioner, the old CFP.
That is correct. CFP registered trademark.
What's the little half circle around it?
Yeah, you put the little bracket and an R in it, and then it like pops it up to the top.
What's the brackets? What's the fancy word for brackets?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, let's not say that.
Fancy words? I don't know.
All right, so being CFP is, I say it, we were fiduciary before it was cool, because I've been a CFP since 1991.
Man, you got right out of college.
I got out of college 89, and then the firm I worked with at that time did not let me pursue anything, so I quit, started my first company, and I had to do all the testing. So I did it all and got done quick.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was back then you could do challenges and doubles and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. But CFP since 91 for me, and Jeff got a number of years later.
Yeah.
But you're CFP.
Yeah, I am. I got it later.
Yeah.
Brian got me to working in financial planning, and then it's like, yeah, I should really do that.
And so today's show is called Building Your Financial Plan. The reason we're bringing up certified financial planning is that there's a process to this. There's a way that you do financial planning. A certified financial plan is an organization where you pay fees, you abide by their continuing educations, you work with them to understand what's going on. We do some pro bono work with certain clients. There's a lot of things tied to it. It's been a great organization for almost 35 years for me.
Well, yeah, for Brian, he's always wanted to help people who need help. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they have money. Sometimes we have to help people.
Right. So if they come through a door at Acres Financial Group, our goal is to help, to guide them, but you got to want us to do planning. We believe that you are unique. So the tie-in to this quarter is that you are unique. You are different than everybody else.
Right.
Now, we have a thing called Financial Fingerprint. Do you mind explaining what the Financial Fingerprint is and how it works for us?
So the Financial Fingerprint tries to get at, well, simple things like what's your income, what's your net worth, but it also digs into how are things titled, registered. Do you have IRAs, Roth IRAs, 401ks, joint, just money in the bank? It's your situation. Some people work for the government, they're going to have a pension. Some people don't, and they're not going to have a pension. So the plans for those are going to be different.
Absolutely. So we're not going to fingerprint you when you come in.
No.
So financial fingerprint. So a fingerprint is individual to just you.
Right.
Just like a snowflake, right?
All right. Snowflakes are unique.
So they say, but they melt.
Yeah, but there's a billion of them.
I can't compare it.
Right.
But a fingerprint is unique to you, and the financial plan needs to be unique to you.
That's correct.
The book has to have your name on it, the financial planning book. Years ago, it used to be a bound book. Some companies will do binding of the pretty color graphs. Some people will charge a fee for it. Some people won't. Some people, the plan is a product. They don't really write it out. We believe in writing out the answers, writing out where your money is, where everything and benefits, bringing it all together. We want to know about you. So a financial fingerprint is really taking that first meeting where we do our goals and we talk about where you are, and then we give you a list of information that we need provided to us, so that we can provide in meeting number 2 a write-up of what you told us.
Right.
It might be the first time in your life you've seen it all together.
Right. Here's what you said, and here's what we think.
Yeah, so it starts with, here it is. Do you really give it what we think all in that second meeting? Or
sometimes. It depends, but sometimes. That's as far as I'll get in that second meeting.
Yes, I love to make sure we got it right. I always joke about the name. Do we spell your name right?
Right.
And then we get the name right. We got the birth dates right. Then we start looking at, I usually have a things to do list, which a lot of people love things to do lists. Some people will do it right away. Some will put it off because it's a to-do list.
Right.
It's not like school. We don't put a deadline, but it is your plan.
Right. So we need that information from you.
Yeah, so what happens is financial fingerprint is getting to know everything you're doing. So on everything that you've done, some people might have had multiple people they've dealt with over their career. They might have multiple jobs, statements from everywhere, and they just don't really know what they have or understand what they bought.
That happens a lot, particularly government contractors here in Harford County. I mean, they work from one job to the next, and they come in and they're like, well, I've got 15 401ks.
Yeah, I got the military, federal government, I call them the triple threat retirement, where they have 3 different pensions and the combination. Are they still okay?
Right.
It's pretty cool. And then what health insurance to pick.
Right. Yeah, which is the best.
Yeah, so there's a lot of, and then I like working with the nurses and teachers. They're very good people, and I've really enjoyed guiding them.
Well, their whole life they've been helping people, and it's nice to help people who have helped people.
Oh, yeah, and they want to do planning.
Right.
Not everyone wants to do planning.
That's true.
And so we love to do the planning. So if you don't want to do it, it's okay.
Right. If you don't want to do it, that doesn't mean you don't need to have one. So.
Yes, that's a very big deal. So gathering information. Let's talk about this, Jeff. Let's say someone gives you information, but not all the information. How does that hinder you?
Well, the plan's going to be incomplete. Garbage in, garbage out. Back to the engineer. They understand that.
Have you ever had a redacted statement for an initial client?
A redacted statement.
Yeah, I love that word.
Oh, where they keep stuff out.
They might had one cut it out with scissors. They cut out their account number and anything identified to them. And one did highlight it with black so that you couldn't read it.
Well, my favorite one is they bring the first page of the statement and say, there's what it's worth. And it's like, well, there's 16 pages behind this that says what's actually in that account.
Yeah.
I need to see those.
And why it's so important. And so we like to have you bring in your logins to your current 401k.
Yeah.
This might be embarrassing, but we log into it, and first thing we do is check the beneficiary.
Yep.
And you better have the current wife on there.
That's right.
Not your mom, not your brother, not the first way. I've had all these scenarios. It's always something.
Or it's just left blank.
I meant to change that.
Yeah.
And we just begin the conversation of we need to check everything for titling, for beneficiary purposes. Your bank accounts, you have payable on death. Investment accounts, you have transfer on death. Who's it going to? Who are they? Is that who you really want it to go to? Well, how old are they? When should they receive money? Is your one grandchild a special needs child? Have you done anything about that?
Right. Grandchild, children, all kinds of issues that come up.
Some people buy things like annuities from people, and they don't know what they bought. So we say, bring the contract. Let's figure it out, and we'll teach you how to use it, whatever you bought.
Right.
And we'll walk you through the advantages, disadvantages, why it's a good thing, how it fits into a plan, how you can make it work, or if you need to get out of it because the rates are too low or something's not fitting your planning, then we help you with that too.
Yeah. I had someone last year that came in with an annuity contract that they were using incorrectly. It wasn't the best for them, the way they were using it.
Oh, my variable annuities where people are doing withdrawals without using the income rider that they've been paying for 20 years.
Right.
That's a common error.
Right. So what we did was fix how they're taking money out of this thing so that it will last a lifetime and not drain it to zero and then they get nothing.
Well, they were sold a variable annuity by someone, and then that person no longer...
Right, they're gone.
They sold it and they moved on, right?
Yeah.
And so what we got to do is say, well, what do you own, and what's best for you? How to make this work? Mm-hmm. And then we can do that. Being independent, we have the ability to become the agent of record, and so we can guide you through situations or whatever you own to figure it out.
Right. We can do whatever we need to do.
We figured out mineral rights, oil rights, all kinds of things over the years, right?
Yeah, those are great to have, but hard to track down.
All right, so a client walks in to talk to you. What's one of the things that they've never done? And we sort of know when they walk in the door, they probably had never done. What's that?
One thing they've probably never done is actually added up everything that they have.
Absolutely. Okay, so they don't know their net worth.
Right.
What's another thing that they've never done?
That one cracks me up though, because we add up the net worth. And like, okay, you've got $1.3 million. They're like, what?
Yeah, is that enough?
Right.
I mean, the wife just retired the moment you said it. Right? I'm retired.
Right. So another thing that they've never done, actually contemplated what's going to happen to their stuff when they've passed away. You mentioned that before with beneficiaries and things like that.
Because no one wants to talk about death, right? So they usually don't do wills.
Right.
We have a lot of police officers as clients, right? And you'd assume they got the free will because the unions offer free wills.
It's free.
But guess what? Nope.
They don't.
And so we encourage that right away as part of planning.
Right.
You got to plan as if we might die tomorrow, and then live and invest like they're going to live forever.
Right.
And then you've got the worst case handle, and you're done.
Yeah.
The other thing we ask about is your car insurance, your home, auto, and if you have umbrella.
Yeah.
People worth millions of dollars don't even have an umbrella.
Right. Umbrella insurance, liability insurance, it protects what you have. So you've got to have enough insurance so that if something bad happened and you got sued, you don't lose all your money.
Oh, I had a successful investor came in the first meeting. We're talking, and they have grown their retirement to $4 million.
Nice.
And they're talking about the protections under lawsuits of 401ks versus IRAs versus what state you're in and all that.
Uh-huh.
Then I said, well, do you have umbrella insurance? No.
What's that?
Well, the one that protects you from liability for every situation. And it was just like simple insurance. Or like, as one case, a lady had $500,000 in the bank. Mm-hmm. Didn't have any beneficiaries on it. One bank, so it's just her.
Okay.
And so there's no FDIC protection. All she had to do was add her beneficiaries to it, and all of a sudden she had $1 million coverage. We started talking more and more about it. We got a copy of her auto and home, and she had the state minimum.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, really low. I think it's, $60,000 of liability. And I said, I know you've probably never been in an auto accident, but these auto accidents are very expensive.
Right.
And you need to protect your net worth by having proper insurance and an umbrella. So these are just simple things that we identify right away. So what happens is this. A financial plan is as unique as you are. That financial plan, we have to gather information. We have to get that information. We need to see it. We need to see the statements. We need to see the titling, the beneficiary. We need to read them. We need to get ready. We ask for that information before the second meeting so we can write it all out.
Right. And if you're really on it, you could always bring it to the first meeting. We do like that.
Surprising people do.
Yes, I have had people bring it.
And they've been thinking about it. They've been waiting for a planner. Maybe they've listened to their shows for a while. They go on their podcast and they're ready.
Yeah, the simple things are like statements and a tax return, just so we can see what's going on.
It doesn't have to be this month. It could be the beginning of the year. It could be halfway through the year. It's just knowing where things are so we can start there.
Right. We need a starting point.
We do all this work because the best part of retirement is getting your time back, where you decide how to use it. Before retirement, your time is tied up with other commitments, mainly your job. A lot of that goes away in retirement. Your time is now consumed by things that you want to do. It's so easy to begin winning in retirement. Go to our website at acresfinancialgroup.com, scroll to the schedule a meeting section, and let us know you'd like to schedule your free consultation with one of our team of advisors. That's AKERSfinancialgroup.com, or you can call us at 833-WIN-RETIRE. That's 833-WINRETIRE. And we'll give you a call on Monday to schedule that free meeting. Go to acresfinancialgroup.com or call us at 833-946-7384 to start planning for your retirement now. Have you ever seen all your financial information put together in one place? We'll talk about that when we return.
You're listening to a pre-recorded show. Welcome back to Winning in Retirement. Call 833-WIN-RETIRE now to schedule a visit with Brian and his team and begin winning in retirement. Once again, here's Brian Akers.
Welcome back to Winning in Retirement. I'm Brian Akers from Akers Financial Group. Here with me today is Jeff Akers. We're both certified financial planner practitioners, which means that we're financial advisors. And so our show, what we do is we talk about financial topics. This is topics. You really need to sit down with a financial advisor before you do any of this.
Right.
It's almost like, don't touch the oven. Don't touch the stove. Be careful, it's hot.
Yeah, we're touching on topics. We're not telling you what to do today.
Yeah. So the idea when you listen to the talk shows is, hey, the people are going over these things. Was that someone I could work with? Should I work with someone? Should I have an advisor? Have I been so successful? Is it now time for an advisor?
Right.
I think that's when you have those thoughts, I think they're in your head for a reason. I think it's an opportunity to sit down, find out if the advisor is a good fit for you or not.
Right. Sometimes people come, they're like, well, I've done this myself for a really long time, but now I'm tired of worrying about it. And so they come for help.
I love people that delegate. A lot of very successful people want to delegate it out to someone they can trust, and we want to be that kind of company that they can talk to. All right, so this topic in the third quarter is, have you seen all your financial information put together in one place? So we actually use software where we bring it all in and we can track it day to day.
Yep.
But they see it, and sometimes they're surprised. Like I had one case. It's a couple in their mid-50s, and they start out the conversation, the first meeting of, I will never retire. Give me information. Give me all the information. They each have little pensions. They have Social Security numbers. They have the most important part, their budget was very reasonable. They have a house that they're near paying off, very little debt. And then they saved a little bit everywhere they went. And we put it all together. And I said, well, can you retire on this? And they go, oh, that's more than we live off now. And so the weirdest thing is they went from, oh, we'll never retire to, you mean we can actually retire?
I'm giving my notice tomorrow.
No. They're in the mid-50s. We're projecting that they can retire, right?
Okay.
So we still got to have good habits and finish the race well, all of those talks.
So we're not there yet, but we're well on our way.
They're not 62, 65, 67, and we're saying, all right, just don't let the door hit you on the way out. I love financial independence where we can say, hey, you got enough. I like being able to say you're on track. I love being able to say you're not on track. And it's how you fix it.
Right. Yeah. A lot of times people will say, do I have enough? And my first question is, what are you going to spend?
What is enough?
Right.
So when people ask me about retirement planning, I say it's a cash flow battle.
Okay.
Cash flow battle. It's not a number. Like some of those commercials have money on the top of their head. 82.5 million or 8 million or whatever. It's about what you spend. What's your lifestyle? What's it now? What do you want it to be? What's the dream or the goal, and what reality, and what can we do?
We've both seen clients that have a lot of money in the millions, but their spending means they need more than what they have.
Right.
And then I've seen other clients that they don't have the millions of dollars, but they're very disciplined in their spending, and they've got more than enough.
It's interesting. Like in America, 90-some% of people are bad on their finances.
Yeah.
They live day to day, paycheck to paycheck. They don't listen to talk radio, financial shows. They don't do any of the work it takes to get better.
Right. They don't think about it.
But the few that do very well at it.
Right.
And I don't know how to get the other 90% to actually change their habits, even in a small way, to get better.
Right. Just to tweak what they're doing, develop one good habit.
And so this show goes all around Maryland. Wouldn't it be great if Maryland would listen to planning shows and say, we're going to be different than everybody else in America. We're going to live within our means.
Uh-huh.
We're going to start saving a little bit and build something for our own future.
Right.
As a state, if all of us in the state did it, we'd be in a lot better shape.
Yeah.
In all ways, personally, because it's personal. Everything's personal. We can't count on our government to provide long-term for us. We can't count on our job. Can't count on pensions. You have to design a plan to make this work.
Right.
So we're talking about meeting number 2, and we're talking about sitting down with an advisor. We're writing out where you are. Now we got to get you to where you need to be. If you're starting at 0 and there's very little information, that's all right.
Right. That's a starting point.
Yeah.
We know what to ask.
Is that financial fingerprint? That's your financial fingerprint. Where do you work? We don't have pensions. We have Social Security. We get your Security numbers where they are now. We talk about Social Security and the possibility that they might not be around at full. It might be 78% based on July of 25 report from Social Security. You never know.
Right. Whatever that number says on your statement right now might not be the number that it will be when you're ready to take it.
Yeah. So when we write it out, we want to make sure everything's right, and so we can start to build recommendations on it. I had one the other day where the first comment was, we've never saved for retirement.
Okay.
And talking to them, and but we have money in the bank, and we paid all of our debts off. I said, well, honestly, if you walk through the door with no debts, you have the habits to be successful.
You're ahead.
So most likely you have money in the bank. How much money do you have in the bank? He goes, well, I have $120,000 in the bank.
Okay.
And then his wife had $105,000 in the bank.
Oh, so a mere $225,000 in the bank.
Is it in a CD, money market? No.
Savings account?
Savings, 0.01.
Oh.
Yeah. So the money's not working for him.
Right.
And I said, well, what's the goal with the money? Do you have something big in mind? Something you got to, oh, no, just not sure what to do with it.
Okay.
I said, well, how about do you have retirement? Roth? No. Pensions? No. How much is your 401k? Well, I don't really do that. Do you have a match at work? Yeah. How long have you been there? 6 years? Do you put the match in? No. I haven't opened a 401k account yet.
Oh, gosh.
But he has $200,000 in the bank.
Yeah. Let's open the 401k and get that extra free money.
Well, you think about people that so I get called in to help them and trying to figure it out. And so the interesting thing is that we got to start and give them the okay. In the future meetings, I'm going to bring them in, and some of our staff are going to sign them up for 401k, help them sign up,
Right.
help them overcome whatever is causing them not to do it.
Right.
So one of the things I found out is that we only have $250 a month free or $500 a month. But obviously, it's more than that because the savings build up so much, right? So the idea is something's going on. What can we do to make life better and be able to at least get the free match?
Right.
I hate turning down free money from your employer.
That's right.
I mean, would you go to your employer and say, oh, don't give me that 3% raise, keep it? And that's exactly what they're doing by not getting the match.
Right.
They say, oh, my salary is like $90,000, but I don't accept the 3% raise.
I don't need a few thousand more.
Now, don't save for my future. Don't put money in there that's automatic. Don't do that. Don't invest it and grow it for me.
I don't want that.
Right. And or it might be, the reason might be I'm just not sure I can afford it and all. But I think we can't afford not to. It's free money.
Right. That's one of the conversations that we have.
Our budget has to be pay yourself first. Put money away, save it, get to maximize your match. Then we can do the next goal.
Right. Save it, but save it wisely. And one of the smartest things to do is get free money if it's sitting on the table.
Right. So that meeting number 2 that was meeting number 1. So meeting number 2 for that client is going to be, we're signing you up today.
Right.
So we're not talking any more in that financial plan until we get them in the 401k, getting that free match.
Bring the instructions with the way to log in, or
if you don't even know that, we'll do it here.
Right.
We have younger people who know how to work computers.
Right.
We bring them in.
Yeah, we'll let them do it.
That's always the goal. The youngest person in the family can help you with your phone. You learn this as you get older. All right. So the reason I want to bring up that topic is the idea is who needs financial planning? Well, obviously, this client who's now a client they learned how to pay off their debt. They have a lot of good financial habits, but the financial planning is going to help them in so many ways that they just never did.
Right.
They need guidance. They need coaching. They need, hey, yes, that's great. Let's do this. Like I ask them, how much are you comfortable having in the bank? Oh, just 20,000.
Oh, man.
Well, you have 120.
Right.
What do you want to do with that? I don't know. And so it's an idea is let's make your money work harder for you. Let's discover the ways. I explain Roth IRAs all in the first meeting about if you hire us, this is what we do.
Right.
We get you doing the basics, build up your fundamentals of financial planning. Normally, our first three things: make sure you have the right insurance, emergency fund, and pay off your debts.
Right.
I told them you're ding, ding, ding. You're done.
Right.
You're on to this phase 2. Save for college, save for retirement, save for your dreams, build your estate plan, those kind of things.
Right. They already had the mortgage paid off, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Completely paid off, which is incredible.
Goodness.
But they're in a smaller house. They were too nervous to buy a bigger house. So that's part of the goal is like, well, do we need it cash?
So they do want to build or go to a bigger house. Maybe.
They don't want to spend the money, which that's a frugal thing, which I'm okay with frugal.
Right.
But in reality, if you have 3 kids and 1 bedroom, they only stack so high, kids.
Right. Yeah, bunk beds only come to us.
But these are all part of financial decisions, and financial advisors help guide through that and get you to make sure you have a good balance of today and tomorrow and within the choice. Modern America, what we do is, hey, give me that new car at $1,200 a month. Give me a new house, $5,000 a month. Give me this. And all of a sudden you have more debt than you can handle,
Right.
and then both have to work, and they both have to find a job that pays them a little bit more to make it fit.
Right.
Then they got all these taxes and surprises, and
Right.
then they go in the credit card debt, and then the credit card debt starts to build, and that's like a standard thing. And then what we have to do is go from debtor to saver with people in most America, right?
Right. Because the American way is spend everything I have and then a little bit more. And that's how you end up in debt, like Brian's talking about.
We don't want to wait to have something. Let's have it now.
That's right.
That's
Immediate
marketing. That's
gratification.
how they talk to us. That's how they try to get us to do things. What planning is saying, we're listening to what you say you want.
Okay.
We write it down,
Right.
and then we tell you how to achieve it. And then you're going to have to say no to things you officially don't want.
Right. Do you really want it?
Or do you really need it? And the reality is, most accumulators accumulate too much junk and stuff. And if they had stopped earlier and understood that it doesn't fit in the house, and I got 6 of them already, they would have more money.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't need this one.
I like doing True Talks, Jeff.
Yeah.
All right, so far in this meeting, we're talking about financial information, getting it all put together, seeing it all together, and understanding that it all works together. Your thoughts, your abilities to save, your inability to save, all of that comes together for answers. And that brings us to financial planning. And what we've been talking about is building your financial plan. This is what we do for a living, so that you don't have to figure it all out on your own. We help you. We love doing this. Jeff actually said he has fun planning, right, Jeff?
I do.
Planning for the unexpected may not be your favorite thing to do. We know that. This is what we do. We want to make this as easy and as comfortable for you as possible, so that as we meet with you and put a plan together, it includes that, and things are taken care of. It's planned for. Then when it happens, you're like, oh, we planned for this. We're okay. Perhaps you've been sold something regardless of whether you needed it or not. Not at Acres Financial Group. With us, your retirement plan follows your financial fingerprint. It's a retirement plan based on your unique fingerprint that determines where your money goes. It's not about us, it's about you. So give us a call at 833-WIN-RETIRE. Schedule an in-person free meeting with one of our team of advisors. That's 833-WIN-RETIRE. That's 833-946-7384. Or visit our website at acresfinancialgroup.com. Do you want to build a snowman? What does this have to do with your retirement? Let's talk about that when we return with more of Winning in Retirement.
You're listening to a pre-recorded show. Welcome back to Winning in Retirement. Call 833-WIN-RETIRE now to schedule a visit with Brian and his team and begin winning in retirement. Once again, here's Brian Akers.
Indeed. Welcome back to Winning in Retirement. I'm Brian Akers from Akers Financial Group. This is our Winning in Retirement radio podcast, and we love putting this on for all the listeners. And I brought Jeff Akers in with me today. Jeff Akers is the Vice President. Both of us are certified financial planner practitioners, and we enjoy financial planning, right, Jeff?
Doing the radio podcast is fun, and doing the planning for folks is fun.
Yeah. Which one I like better?
Which do I like better? Helping people with their plan.
Yeah, the radio is fun, but when you're talking to someone, I love it when you finish planning, they come back and they point at our winning in retirement sign and go, "I know what it means now." And I love that. I love that moment. That's pretty cool. So today we're talking our show is called Building Your Financial Plan. I originally called this Let's Build Your Financial Plan.
Okay.
And so I called the fourth quarter something that I wanted to make sure you understand. And it's about this thing called, do you want to build a snowman? So do you want to build a snowman, Jeff?
Build a snowman.
Yeah.
You're talking about something specific, obviously.
Well, come on. You got to be a Frozen fan. Do you want to build a snowman? I'm not singing. Come on out and play, Jeff. Come on, Jeff, play.
Okay.
I know. You're Mr. No. You don't come out and play. You don't like the cold. You don't like building a snowman.
I go out and shovel.
Now, if you ever build a snowman,
okay, when I was a kid,
would it be different than my snowman?
Of course, it would be different than your snowman.
Would mine be bigger than your snowman?
Probably.
Right. I remember mine was so large as a kid, I had to get 3 people to push the bottom base ball through the yard. I was pulling grass up as I was rolling the snowman up. So my snowman was like 7 foot tall.
Oh man, you needed a ladder.
All right. But the concept of building a snowman is really individual. It's something, you might not build one because it's too cold. It might be you have a grandchild or a child and I'm time to build snowmen. It's the right age. Let's build that. Certain ages of life, you're building snowmen. Other ages of life, you're not.
You're not, yeah.
Sometimes you're put things in the eyes, carrots, and then there's some people you throw a stick in there. Some people you throw furniture into the snowman.
Some people you're just lucky they got a head.
All right. So I'm not singing the Frozen song. Frozen's been on Broadway a long time. Hopefully most of you know about it. It's great. Disney.
I've heard of it.
I know. But someday, Jeff. But yes, I go to Disney. Yes, I do the sing-along Frozen show. I enjoy that.
I got nothing for you.
But we're going to build a plan, a financial plan.
There we go.
So you want to build a financial plan, Jeff?
Yeah, I can do that.
Come out and play.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So the idea is this: building a financial plan. We got to love what we're doing, but any planning, you got to be prepared. What we want you to do is to be prepared for building a snowman, building the plan. You don't have to build the plan. I think that's important.
Yeah, be prepared. If you're going to build a snowman, you got to put on the coat, you got to put on the gloves, put on the hat, make sure you're going to be warm. You don't go out there in shorts and a T-shirt.
Yeah, so one of our other co-hosts has a 3-year-old.
Oh, there we go.
And do you think the 3-year-old built the snowman, or did the co-host Alex build the snowman?
Yeah, co-host Alex built the snowman.
But the 3-year-old says, "I built a snowman."
That's right.
So guess what in financial planning?
Well, yeah, we build it for you, and you get to say, "Hey, look at my snowman."
I did a financial plan.
Yeah.
You did because you talked to us. You got us the information, and you sat through and talked about what you want out of it, and that truly helps us build a financial plan.
Right.
That plan isn't already on the shelf. It's not a 90-page marketing material like what they used to call financial planning. It's true planning. Line by line is where your money is, things to discuss, what to do, talk about it all. Group benefits, life insurance, disability. We make sure you sign up for the right things. Do you need it or not? Why? Wills. What does your will say versus what you think it says?
Do you have a will?
Do you really want that kid to get the money at 18?
Right.
What's going on there? Right?
Who's your power of attorney?
Yeah.
Do you really want them to be your power of attorney?
And who's next and next and next?
Yep.
And is that really what you want?
Yeah.
I love when people realize that their planning is good.
Yeah.
But not what they really want. They want to tweak it and get it better.
Right.
We have some that come in fully prepared. Everything's fully done. They just can't make the big decisions. Mm-hmm. Like I had one that sophisticated, very brilliant people, saved great. The hardest part is they wanted to Roth convert, just couldn't do it. The pain of paying tax now and never again.
So it was something that you thought they should do, but they just
absolutely
couldn't.
Yeah, because they knew they had a phase as they retired, income went down. And it'd been best because they don't need that extra money to Roth convert for a few years to get their RMD down, so they're not at this crazy high level forever.
Right.
To pay now and never again. So that concept became you take a multi-million-dollar 401k person, you try to figure out long-term planning.
Right.
And then what they need is a plan, and they say, yes, let's do that.
What's interesting is some people, you go through that scenario with them, they're like, oh, this is no-brainer. How much can we convert? And then other people say, well, how much is that going to cost? And so they don't want to. So people are unique. Back to what you said in the
right. And so their emotions, the way they come into it, they might come in and basically, they want to be no. But then when you're trying to explain to them about tax rates, and with the One Big Beautiful Bill, we locked in these tax rates so-called permanently.
Right.
We don't view them as permanent. We view them as the rules of the moment,
Right.
rules for the next 4 years, 5 years maybe, depending on how long.
The only permanent thing is Congress has to vote for them to change now.
Yeah, it's harder to change it. And so that means more likely to stay. And so let's get to work. Why not pay some tax now and never again, especially within your current bracket?
Right. We know what it is now. Let's take advantage of it.
All right. So these are just examples of what we can do for people if we have the right plan. How do we know Roth fits for people? Well, the couple I'm talking about have one kid.
Oh.
And that kid's going to get, let's call it $3 million.
Okay.
IRA, all pre-taxed.
Yep.
And we had her on a call one time. And we're talking about Roths, and I said, the rules are you'll get $3 million and you have to take out over a 10-year period. What's your income like? Well, that's going to put her at like $500,000 a year, way higher brackets than the parents. And the parents are 24, so she'd be at like 35, I think.
Right.
And it's like, I believe that if your parents don't need the money, we need to deliver to you money that's tax-free.
Right.
Life insurance, Roth IRAs are two of the ways to do this.
So if they pay the tax for you, you're going to get it tax-free. That's
a win for her. She's a cheerleader for me, saying, "Yep, Roth convert."
Yeah.
But it was a really good meeting because she's the only person that's going to be their executor. She's the beneficiary, all of that. So we have to have a counter to her in case she's disabled or something's wrong.
Right.
She might get married soon.
Okay.
But the boyfriend was on the call, which I was I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, all right, I'm with the right family.
Right.
But the idea is the planning is really trying to see why. Why are we Roth converting? Like if we're converting to pay tax now and we're paying higher tax than our kids, should we do that? Especially if you're not going to touch the money.
Right.
Or if you need the money next year, should you Roth convert? Probably not.
Right.
Unless it's a rare situation.
Yeah, it doesn't do much good to pay the tax now when you're going to use it next year anyway.
Yeah, so financial planning, is it just a one-time thing, Jeff, where you get the plan done and the book's done, you just throw it at them and they walk out the door?
No, it's an ongoing relationship. We like to meet at a minimum once a year with folks just to make sure nothing has changed or to see what has changed and make sure that if we need to make some tweaks, we can.
Yeah, so the idea of review is a very important piece of after you do a plan. Doing a plan and not implementing is sort of a habit of a lot of people. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll get to it.
Yeah, and it never happens.
Yeah, well, if you're driving your car, you probably say, oh, yeah, that's me. I put it off. I believe what you got to do is just make a phone call.
Yeah.
Get appointment set up with one of our team advisors, sit down, and just begin. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to do the planning. We just want to talk about it, get us information. We'll do the planning. We'll do the fancy graphs. I had one guy, he's an engineer, of course. He decided to run financial planning through an AI calculator.
Yeah.
And we went through it. It was okay. And then we went through all the detail that was missing and that applies to them and how to make decisions. That's what a financial plan does. Financial plan gives us the data, the information we need to then make decisions, so implement it.
Right.
And that is a value add by the advisor that you're with.
Right. So there are things we've seen over the years that help us in figuring out how to help you. So let us help you that way.
We build personalized financial plans designed around your timeline, your goals, and your risk tolerance. No guessing, no reacting. Just a thoughtful strategy built to guide you through from now until the future.
Right.
And whatever that now is, it could be right now, and you might be 30, you might be 60, you might be 80. Mm-hmm. Whatever's going on in your life, wherever you are is fine. That's where we start.
Right.
Financial fingerprint.
You just need to make the next right decision.
So we start financial fingerprint, get to know them. We find out about their goals, and then we implement that. We gather information, then we write it out in meeting 2, and we start to review that. Between meeting 2, 3, 4, 5, we implement. Right. Or a year. Usually it takes 12 months to really get everything up and running the way we should. It is a lot of work, but the idea is making sure that we get one thing at a time. People know what we're doing and why.
Right, and in 12 months we can see, okay, here's what we did last year, here's the next step. Or we could say, okay, we did do everything last year, and it still looks good.
Yeah. Life changes.
Yeah, it does.
Good and the bad.
Yeah.
And so what you have to do is understand what's going on, how it affects you, These help us with our tax returns, helps us with planning. A lot of people do not do planning properly when it comes to tax returns. They don't tell their accountant everything. They tell us everything. So we review a tax return and then we say, oh, that's not reflected on your, you did a 529, you didn't tell them, you get a Maryland deduction for that.
Right.
Or, we rolled that money over, it's not taxable.
Yeah. Or
a backdoor IRA wasn't recorded correctly.
Right.
These are just some of the ones we've caught recently.
Right. Qualified charitable distributions not being reflected properly.
Yeah.
Lots of things. So.
Yeah, so what happens is when you're building your financial plan, you need an advisor that you're going to work with, trust, or talk to. It's a confidential relationship where if you're talking to us, you're not talking to everyone.
Right.
When we talk about a client on the radio, we change the numbers, we change the names, we protect the innocent.
Right. We're not talking about you.
It's always Fred and Wilma Flintstone.
Fred and Wilma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, every now and then it's Barney and Betty. But it depends.
Yeah, very true. But the idea is this. Building your financial plan is something that's very, very important. And when do you want to start? You want to start right now. Get everything organized, get everything set up for you to be successful so you don't have any worry, but so that you can win in retirement.
Right. So you need to make the next right decision, and the next right decision is to contact us and set up that first appointment.
Yeah, all right. So, Jeff, thank you very much for a good show today. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Planning's fun.
Really?
More fun than radio.
That's right.
All right. So today we covered building your financial plan. We do look forward to meeting with you. We want you to win in your retirement by taking advantage of this opportunity to begin planning with us at Acres Financial Group. To schedule your free meeting with one of our team of advisors, go to our website at acresfinancialgroup.com. Scroll to the schedule meeting section and let us know you'd like to schedule your free meeting right there. That's AKERSfinancialgroup.com, or you can call us at 833-WIN-RETIRE. That's 833-WIN-RETIRE. We'll give you a call on Monday to schedule your free in-person meeting with one of our team of advisors. Start planning for your retirement now. Go to our website or call us at 833-946-7384. Thank you for listening. I'm Brian Akers from Akers Financial Group, and we want you to be winning in retirement.
You've been listening to Winning in Retirement with your host, Brian Akers of Akers Financial Group. Akers Financial Group offers securities through Archedios Capital, an SIPC and FINRA member firm. Advisory services are provided through Archedios Wealth. Akers Financial Group and Archedios do not share any common ownership. Neither Archedios nor Akers Financial Group provides tax or legal advice. Advice given on winning in retirement is general in nature, and one should seek further advice from their financial advisor, broker, attorney, and/or tax accountant before investing. Be sure to read each prospectus carefully to understand all the risks associated with each investment. Examples and scenarios shared are meant to be for illustrative purposes only. Past performance is not indicative of future results.